Hi, it's Tom from Handy and Practical and Tom the Banker, and today I'm going to talk to you about the debt snowball method calculator that I have available for download. And what this spreadsheet does is it allows you to prioritize your debts in a way that will allow you to pay off your debts in the quickest amount of time. Okay, so I'm just going to read the instructions to you and we'll take it through step by step. So you're going to list out your debts in the yellow cells. This calculator can include up to 10 debts and assumes you currently make enough money each month to pay all your bills. It also assumes you have a fully funded emergency fund in place. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking all of the income that you have and assigning it to either regular monthly expenses that you have or the debts that you have. And the difference between those two numbers, taking your income minus your expenses minus your debts, is going to show that you have a certain amount of money left over. We're going to assign that amount of money to your debts as well. So what I'm going to do is just take some information, I'll put it in the yellow cells, and then we'll see how this populates, and I'll explain it along the way. So this calculator will provide you a way to pay ahead on your debts for up to 15 years. So depending on the interest rates and or the fee charges applied to your accounts, the timing of you making your payments, your ability to follow the plan, and other factors, the calculator should be considered a guide towards accelerating your debt repayment and should not be the sole factor in driving your payment decisions. So there's a lot of things that go into your payments, and this calculator is not going to take every single little bit of those things into consideration. So it's just going to give you a rough order of magnitude as to where everything needs to be, and it's actually one of the pretty robust calculators that I've seen that does this type of thing online. So I'm providing it to you as is, so I'm saying that again, it may not be 100% accurate to your personal situation, but it should be directionally accurate as many factors have been considered in its creation. As always, if you do have any questions that you'd like to talk to me about regarding your money situation or this spreadsheet specifically, then you can visit my website, which is tomthebanker.com/ask-me-anything, or you can just go to tomthebanker.com and navigate to it. You'll be able to get a hold of me directly, and we'll be able to have a sessions where we can discuss whatever you need to talk to. So without further ado, I'm going to start entering into here and just explaining what we're going to do. So again, enter the information in the yellow cells. We have the name of the debt, the exact current balance remaining, and the minimum monthly payment. The name of the debt, I put in here, if you want to include your mortgage in the payoff list, then you're going to include it here. If you don't want to include your mortgage in the payoff list and you just want to say, hey, I have other debts that I want to pay off and I'll pay off the mortgage at a later point in time, and you don't want to incorporate it into this calculation, that's okay. I have a separate spot down here on row 28. As you can see, it says mortgage loan. Only enter if you do not want to pay it off, and you can enter your mortgage stuff down here. So what we'll do is we'll just type in some of your other debts, and these are just all imaginary numbers. But we'll just go through one by one, and I'll show you how this spreadsheet works. So let's just say you have a credit card with XYZ Bank. You have a total amount remaining of $5,000, and you have a minimum monthly payment of $120 per month. Okay, and as you're doing this, you may see some things pop up over in the other side. Don't worry about them yet until we have actually everything squared away. So we'll add in a couple more debts as well, and then we can take that from there. So your next debt is your car loan with ABC Financial. And let's say that you have, I don't know, $15,672 left on your car note, and that you make a $350 payment a month for that. We're going to put another credit card in for DEF Bank, and this is $1,000 remaining, and you pay them $20 a month. The next one would be a student loan. student loan 1, we'll call it, and you have $564, and they have you pay $12 a month. You have student loan number 2, and you have $9,854, and they make you pay $156 a month. And then you have student loan 3, where you have $4,120, and they have you pay, $35 a month, we'll call it. So again, all the numbers are made up. We're just throwing numbers in here just for the sake of showing you what it is. So as of right now, we have 6 debts, and obviously we can go and add in 4 more if you want to, but let's just go with this for the time being. What you will see is that as we've entered these in, the payoff order is listed on the left, and the payoff order has now been reversed when you look at it on the right. So you see payoff 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each of these numbers, so student loan 1 is now listed first, saying that the initial balance is the lowest amount that we have. So that's what this is going to do. It's going to take all of your loans and list them from lowest to highest with the balance that's remaining on there. And that's how it's going to determine what's going to get paid off first. So keep following, and we'll get through a little bit more. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. And your mortgage, like we mentioned, it's not going to get paid off with this list. So let's say that you owe $150,000 on your mortgage, and your monthly mortgage payment is $985 a month. Let's say that all of your other monthly bills and accruals are $1,000. I'm sure there's a more exact number that you're going to have, but for the case of what we're doing, it's $1,000. And then we need to put in what your monthly net income is. So based off of the numbers that are in here, your monthly minimum payment plus your expenses, you're already putting out a total of $2,678 every month. So if you don't make any income, as you can see over here, it says more income's needed. So we need to make sure that the amount of income that you have coming in is right. And what I usually like to do, a lot of people get paid every 2 weeks, which allows you to effectively have a few months. There's 2 months of the year that you'll get 3 payments. We're just going to exclude those extra payments and say, hey, this is what I make every 2 weeks, and so that means that I get paid 2 times a month. So if you get paid $1,500 a paycheck after taxes, then 2 times a month would be $1,500 plus $1,500, or $3,000, which is what I'm going to put into this number here. And so here's what so now we just had a bunch of things pop up. And so the first thing is that we have $3,000 in monthly net income, which is the number that we typed. And now it says remaining to pay down bills above the monthly payment. And so this is basically saying how much money do you have, taking your total net monthly income, subtracting out your mortgage, subtracting out your other bills, and subtracting out your monthly loan payments. And that number here in this situation is $322. Okay, so we're going to take that $322 and we're going to add it to the we're going to add it to the $693. Excuse me. So that would bring us to $1,015 each month that you have to pay towards your bills. Okay. And as you see, the calculation has already made a change here, and it says your debts will be paid off in about 36 months. See Output tab for payment structure. So what this is going to do is it's going to actually tell you what your running balance is going to be on each of these 6 loans and how much you're paying on each of these loans each month in order to create that debt snowball. And so that debt snowball is going to start with the amount of money that you have going towards the first loan, which would be student loan number 1, and saying that your monthly minimum payment is $12. We're going to add the $322 to that, so you're going to be paying, what's that, $334 a month towards that student loan. So that one with an initial balance of $654 is going to get paid off relatively quickly. Meanwhile, you continue to make the minimum monthly payments on everything else. Credit cards, student loans, car loans, whatever. Just keep on making the minimum monthly payments on everything else, with the exception of the loan that is receiving the accelerated amount of payments. So we'll see that on the output tab, which I'm going to click on right now. And you see on this tab, there's a lot of different information on here, so don't get worried about it at this point. But basically what it is just it lists down the months from today, month 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., all the way down, and there's 180 months of information that it shows you. And what it will do is it will show you each of the loans that we have. So we have student loan 1, credit card, student loan 3, the other credit card, student loan 2, and then the car loan. And it takes each of the balances that were provided on the other tab, and that's your starting balance. And then it takes the numbers that are over here on the right hand side and tells you how much to pay. So student loan 1 in month 1, you're going to pay $334, like we mentioned. And then in month 2, you're going to pay $320, and that's all that's needed to pay off that loan. Now again, like I said, this is not going to be exact, so there may be a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there that is going to be a little bit different, but on the grand scheme of things, this is going to be relatively close. Also at the top, you can notice that those same loan headings are listed there, and it has the months to pay off listed out. So saying student loan number 1 is going to take 2 months. Credit card at DEF Bank is going to take 5 months. Student loan 3 is going to take 15 months, etc., 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 until we get all the way to the end, saying that car loan ABC is going to get paid off in a total of 36 months. And guess what? That 36 months is the same number that we saw on our original tab here. So that's 36 months there, and 36 months is the total. So what we're seeing then is that after the student loan 1 is paid off, month 3, we're going to be applying what we were paying to student loan 1 and apply it to the credit card. So instead of paying $20 to the credit card, we're going to do $334 plus 20. So now it's $354 until that balance is 0. And then we're going to do the same thing to student loan number 3, is that the total of student loan number 1, the total of credit card for DEF Bank, and the acceleration amount of $322 is now going to go towards this loan, which is $389. And that's going to keep going until, looks like, month 15. We'll do the same thing with credit card from XYZ Bank. That's 22 months. And then adding all that money again onto the student loan number 2 for 32 months in total. And then finally with car loan ABC Financial, you'll see eventually after everything's paid off, we'll be paying $1,000, $1,015 for a few months towards this car loan until it's paid off 36 months from the initial portion that you, the initial point that you opened it. Now what happens after this is you'll see over here that there's a remainder column. This remainder column says, hey, you don't have any loans left. This is all money that goes back into your pocket. And this is how liberating this is because you can look at it and say, I'm spending all this money on loans, on things that I purchased that weren't in my that weren't in things I didn't have the money to pay for out of my pocket. So now all this money is going to be coming back. You can take all of this money, and assuming that you don't have other bills that you need to create, like I know that you may have to get a new car at some point. You may need to replace the hot water heater in the house, whatever those situations are. But you'll be able to start saving for those things, and that's what the beauty of this is. Like I said, you want to make sure that you already have a fully funded emergency fund before you do this so that it doesn't impact your ability to repay. So that's what this spreadsheet is. So that's where I'm going to stop. Again, if you need any help with this, feel free to schedule a coaching session with me. It's tomthebanker.com/ask-me-anything, or you can go to tomthebanker.com and navigate to it. I'll be more than happy to speak with you, and we can talk about this spreadsheet, or we can talk about anything of your other finances, and we'll be able to get you on the road as to where you need to go and get you on the path to financial abundance. And hope this spreadsheet provides you with the level of information that you need to be successful. So again, if you do need anything, please reach out to me. Otherwise, have a great day.